fellow crew members, what it be, y'all?
What's crack-a-lackin', everybody?
Howdy.
That's a little better than normal. Hi.
Well, no, dude. Okay, so first sidetrack of the whole thing.
They just stroked out.
Well, not Unknown Games podcast. The one guy, you have Adrian and Alex, and the way Alex always jumps on and goes, "Hi, I'm Alex." Like it's always just that monotone thing. It just cracks me the fuck up. And when you did that, that's the first thing I thought of. Plus, I was talking with Adrian earlier because he was streaming. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So this episode that we had today is going to be focused solely on couch co-op, something that died for a little bit, but now seems to be being revived. People have asked for it. Like, hey, man, I really miss the days where I could just chill on my couch, play games with my boys, not need a fucking online account to do so. So I believe we're basically going to touch on some of you know how they started, some of the first ones, some of our favorites.
it is something that is very close to your heart.
I love it, dude. It should be close to. Everyone has that. I mean, technically this isn't co-op, but like some of the best memories are like N64 or whatever system you had, chilling on your floor, Indian style. You're lucky if you can still sit that way. And
I can't.
I can. My knees don't thank me too much afterwards. But
I certainly cannot.
my hips are good, but them knees, not so much. But yeah, just chilling, playing games with your boys. I know back then for me it was like, GoldenEye. For a lot of people it was GoldenEye. Not that was co-op. That was like...
Well, it was more
it was multiplayer,
yeah.
but...
Yeah, because you're going against... Well...
But being able to play with your boys, unite for a common goal, you know what I mean? It's a nice thing. And to not need an online account to do it. Just to invite your people over,
Just
get a pizza, some beer, wings, whatever you want, and just go ham. Yep. Just go ham.
Hell yeah.
So... Not...
What? Where you going with this? Come on, keep going.
What the heck? Okay, you talking about me stroking out.
So, one of the first, well, actually, the first couch co-op game on record.
Yeah, what is it?
Asteroids.
Ooh.
Yeah, you were telling us earlier.
Wait, what did you just say?
Asteroids?
Asteroids?
Asteroids. What do you want me to say? How much enunciation do you want?
Enough?
We're from Philly. It's asteroids.
All right, fair.
Not asteroids. Yeah, so you could have another spaceship hop in and have you shoot these. That is exactly what it sounds like. Basically. Fuck me,
Dude.
that was good.
What?
That was legit.
That was solid.
Good work.
Now I don't know anyone that actually played that co-op. I did not.
Had I known it was, maybe I would have.
I was about to say, I didn't know that it was.
Yeah, I mean the only problem is we were like -8 years old, but
Wes wasn't.
yeah, Wes was like just born. But so I believe these guys put lists. Well, Anthony did. I don't know that.
I don't think we really put a list together. This is just something I did in my free time.
Anthony kind of put a list together.
I put up a few things.
Talk about some of our favorites. You want to go like in order of? Why don't we like chronologically do this?
Ooh.
No, I don't mean
That's
break
kinda
each one of
tough.
those. I just mean by like games you played for SNES and then N64. I don't mean like literally rank each one of those. Like, oh, this one came out in March. This one came out in April. We got to do that one first.
Why is everything with you got to be a redneck like
I'll do it
accent?
now. Like the
That's his everybody voice, remember?
So I think for me, the earliest memories I have of playing any co-op games was playing Contra for Super Nintendo. Contra 3, I think.
Shit.
Those games are hard as shit.
I know. Do you know how many times you and I have sat down for a quote-unquote retro day?
Yeah, we actually tried that recently and fucking did terrible.
Yeah. I feel like that's the... Maybe it's just me, but I feel like when you go back and you have like an old school retro day and you're like really good at the new modern games on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One and stuff like that.
Yeah, you suck.
You go back and you play the retro day and you're like, I used to be able to beat this game. What the fuck happened to me?
Like, how did I do this when I was 8 and I can't do it now at 32? Like, what?
I'm in agreement with you.
It's very possible that could be one of the games that I beat co-op only with Game Genie. It's possible.
You cheating bastard.
I was about to say, yeah, that's
possible.
Though.
Oh, I know it's no shit. I'm admitting it. But yeah, Contra 3 for sure. Double Dragon, like Battletoads and Battletoads versus Double Dragon was another one of my favorites.
Wait, there's actually a verse?
They call it verse, but they're technically like you could choose a Battletoad or someone from Double Dragon and play together. That was hard as shit too.
I've actually heard that the new iteration of Battletoads is actually kind of fun.
Yeah. Do you remember anything for Super Nintendo or co-op?
Well, see, I never had a Super Nintendo.
Fair enough. You
Mm-mm.
move right along. Anything for any?
That was fucking quick. Jesus,
That was
fucking
that was super quick.
brushed me the fucking side like crazy, bro.
Anything? I can't even think of anything for N64. Honestly, N64. I can't think of anything outside of playing multiplayer.
That was another console I never owned.
Cool.
I mean, I did, but I didn't have any like.
Yeah, I can't think because, like I said, I know I played a lot of GoldenEye, but that was more just.
I played a lot of GoldenEye and a lot of Donkey Kong.
That was just multiplayer. Donkey Kong is another one for Super Nintendo and or 64 that would have been co-op because you play that shit together as a team, same time.
I just never did though. So there's your
Which
answer.
we could now because we both got Switches and it's on there. Ka-ching! We should do that.
Bet.
Yeah, N64, I'm not sure. So I mean, really, which is what you wanted anyway. We're pretty much already up to next gen consoles now.
Yeah, just modern shit.
And
Yeah.
Wes's first answer is going to be Borderlands.
Yeah.
No,
so,
it's not.
spoiler alert: it's going to be in there somewhere,
Well, yes, because
as it should be.
I have it
As
on my
should be.
list too, so fuck off.
As
Huh?
it should be. I know.
Nah, but actually, my first one is actually the one that actually thrown out a lot with my wife, which is Super Mario Brothers Deluxe.
Oh, like the Super Mario Brothers U or whatever.
Well, the deluxe one that they have on the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I didn't think
Well,
of
so
that.
you have that. You have Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, Super Smash Bros. I was never really big on Super Smash Bros. But I mean, I know you guys were.
That's more just multiplayer. Like you don't actually play together.
because you fight against each other, not necessarily with each other.
Well,
Yeah.
but it's still considered a couch co-op game because you're playing the same game, sitting in the
Technically.
same room, playing with
fuck,
each other.
If that's the case, then Super Mario Kart's couch co-op. I mean, which they are.
They-
I guess I was
they
more
are
focusing on
indeed.
ones where you're actually like on the same team, but they are.
Okay, so that's fair.
They are.
I do have Mario Kart on my list because.
Well, if we're talking about any games that are couch co-op that you can actually play on the same team, that you could ideally say any of the sports games,
or the fighting
i.e.
game.
For sure.
Madden or Madden. Hello, Madden.
Where are you
Whoa.
from?
Oh my
sir?
word.
Or like any of the fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Tekken, I mean, any of that type of shit.
Well, you're
Yeah.
fighting against each other, but
Well, yeah, but
Ooh.
we've already said that that's
Got
okay.
I just got the gentle kiss of that air conditioner. I feel it.
That's why you stopped us.
That's why I
you
oohed.
fucker.
Yeah, that's why I oohed.
I thought he had.
I
an
thought he
idea.
had something good. No,
Right?
well, it's
r-
Andy too.
My
He doesn't always
right,
have
my
good
right
ideas.
nip just went ding, and I was like, "Oh, here we go."
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't. I don't know if it was bad
It might
enough
not
to point out.
It don't matter. Oh no, he paused.
Oh,
If he
that's
paused,
true.
it's bad enough for him to notice. So we have to go ahead and acknowledge.
Fair.
Well, of course, I'm the first to notice. Believe me.
Yeah, because your throat just kicks you.
All right, so Ant, what you got on your list, man? What are some of the games we got going on, man?
All right, so a lot of the stuff that I have, it's definitely for the more of the modern consoles.
We'll just go one at a time. We'll break these. fuckers down.
I don't
That's what
have
I'm
them,
saying.
I don't have them in any specific order, but I do have the Borderlands series as the number one overall in this
That-
list, not Wes.
Dude, that's not. He sent you that list. Don't lie.
I did send Wes
Yeah, he
this
sent it to
list.
both
I sent
of
it
no,
to
I
both
meant.
of yous.
No, I said he probably sent you that.
Oh
List.
no, I actually
No.
did this myself. But I do have the Borderlands series.
It's solid, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's
solid.
one of the best couch co-op games on the current generation of systems.
I mean, look, man, the fact of you having a looter shooter, I mean, you go ahead, like,
Right.
And then now with the way that it's currently set up, to where that, I mean, what I see in guns, you might not see.
Loot instancing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, they've only
Like,
made the
it's just-
experience better.
Well, yeah, and yeah, exactly. I mean, because I mean, you threw it out with your boy AJ.
I did for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, I mean, that was definitely a game on Borderlands wise. I mean, you would.
I've noticed a
heavy
lot,
on.
a lot of times with the Borderlands games. The reason I enjoy the Gearbox system, the Gearbox company, I should say, the Gearbox company. That's my mistake. Sorry.
Did it turn into a console?
I wish. I
called
wish
Gearbox.
It's called Gearbox. You know what? If you hear this, please do this. They always have a tendency to listen to their customers, i.e., their
Yeah,
consumers.
yeah, dude.
They always increase the playability of their games, which has always been one of my favorite parts about them as a company.
Which
They
is
listen
why
to what you
I
want.
love what they do with hotfixes, dude.
Which is why
Yeah.
I'm so excited with Godfall.
Yes.
Don't.
Question before we get into to these next fucking games.
Mhm.
Now I know to a certain level when you're playing couch co-op games because I still do the same thing. It's still on a certain level bugs you having the line like
Yeah.
only having half a screen, right? How the hell did we ever do it on those old school tube TVs? Considering now your
Because-
one screen
because
is
we
probably
were-
the size of a whole
Well,
TV. That
well,
we
you're
had
not wrong.
before.
Well, I mean, once again, we didn't know any better.
I know
what
we
I'm
didn't know
saying?
any better, but, like,
so
do you think you could do
give
that
me
now?
some
Well, you
Oh,
got to
well,
remember too, the guy that created the Pixel also created the scanner, so
He
the
did.
pixels were a lot larger. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, he did. That's a hell of a
I
guy.
don't
Well,
know
no,
where
no,
I'm
no,
going
no.
with
He
this.
created.
But-
He didn't. He created the Pixel. He did not create the scanner. He created a system to be able to
The
scan
Wes
pictures.
has got his arms up there, like, shut the fuck up, guys.
That's just a stab at me from the previous episode, just so everybody understands.
All
right, let's keep going.
But because we used to sit cross-legged 2 feet away from the TV.
That's probably why.
That's exactly
probably
why.
Man, it looks so huge. I'm going ahead and play. Like, Jesus Christ.
I think of how many years I said the line, "Oh, it looks so realistic," and I look at him like, "Oh, it looks like trash."
You know what though?
Okay, so-
Every year we get a new console where it's like, oh, that looks even better. Wait a minute, what?
Okay, so real funny thing about that, I was
Nothing
watching
has changed.
I was watching the trailer for the new Tony Hawk 1 and 2 that are coming out.
It looks
I
so
think-
good.
I
It
think
looks so good.
I think in like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
And they had the old. It was the mix of the old
yeah,
and new.
Yeah. They showed the old and then they went to the new. It's like, oh my fucking god. We thought kickflips looked real then.
You're so right. At the
Oh my
time,
God.
they looked so good.
I was like, "Yo, this game is the shit," and then I
Well,
see it
that's like-
now, and I was like, "How the fuck did that ever excite me?"
Well, that's like
because it was better
Madden.
than what we had.
Mad.
See?
He catches like we catch. Like, no, he doesn't.
No, he does. He's
No,
a
he doesn't.
he's a cubed human being running on some kind of green cube. You know what? It's
Some green-
terrible.
A cute human being running on a green cube.
And
Tell me that I'm wrong,
They
Wes.
have no fingers. The football's just there, and they
Yeah.
just run.
Tell me I'm wrong. I'm waiting to hear it.
I'm not telling you anything.
I'm
not
not
telling
wrong.
you a single
I'm not
fucking
wrong.
thing.
So what do you got
This
other
is
than
gonna
Borderlands?
Be, yeah, this is gonna be
Oh,
interesting.
other than Borderlands, yeah, I got you. Hold on.
What's next?
Freaking there it is. So I have this and you and I and even Wes jumped in on the second one. Divinity Original Sins, their series, the first and the second one.
Yeah, I'm really.
Now, granted,
Sad
you
that
could
we
play that
didn't finish.
multiplayer, but you could also play those as couch co-op
Yep.
games.
Yep. That's how.
I was
that's how
about to ask you
discovered it.
whether that was online or
Both.
just local.
Yep.
It was both.
That-
Same thing as the Borderlands series. So it seems like a lot of your really good couch co-op games give you the option of either or.
Which is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the games that you can do because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, there were some games where you could only do one or the other. You
Correct.
could do couch co-op or you could do online co-op, but now you can have a friend sitting right next to you play and have one of your people from
Like,
online.
I don't know
play.
how many
Yes,
times
which
that
is
we
sick.
yeah, like so
The first time I saw, the first time I recognized that happening was probably when we all played Call of Duty together, because you would have like you'd be Scooby whatever,
yeah.
and he'd be Scooby whatever with in parentheses one,
right, and that would be AJ.
and then,
That would be
yeah,
like my
and then
guest
that
or
would be
whoever
your
was there, yeah.
guest, and then you'd be throwing down with the rest of us. But the disadvantage to that was obviously with normal couch co-op. You had half fucking screen.
Yeah, but with TVs nowadays, it doesn't matter. You
Well, yeah,
have
with
your
a
own
65,
TV screen.
70 inch
Yeah.
TV.
Another side note: if you're doing couch co-op,
Mm-hmm.
that split screen, vertical or horizontal.
It's gotta be vertical.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it's
Really?
yeah. So here's why. And here's why.
I'm a horizontal
Which
guy.
no, Which brings
of
me back
course
to,
you
like,
are.
GoldenEye,
You're also the same fucking guy who plays every fucking racing game or flying game or what. You play inverted axis.
Okay,
Fuck
well,
off.
flying games are naturally inverted, so don't
I
bring
get
those
that.
up.
So I just fucked myself on that one. But either way, you play
Any shooting game.
Any shooting game is
Yeah.
inverted, and then when he dies, you go to play it and you're like, "Fuck, I'm not as weird
I
as you."
hate that, dude.
But the thing is,
That's
so
a conversation for another time, though.
well, no.
Fuck you.
What I was gonna say is, it's easier. It's easier for me anyway for the vertical if you think about it, because you can literally sit on the screen, the side of the screen that you're playing on.
Exactly.
So if
I'm not-
if I'm stuck on the left, I can sit on the left. If I'm stuck on the right, I could.
It makes
If
it-
I'm playing up and down, I can be like, Andy, hey, move over, because I gotta lay down so I can see the screen.
So on that note, like, so I have the Mario Kart 8, on the Switch.
Yeah.
And I've thrown down going against my wife, and like normally I sit on the left side of the couch, she sits on the right side of the couch.
So much easier.
So I'm normally player 1 because player 1's always on the left.
Right.
Player 2 is on the right. So that way it just makes it simpler. I know exactly what side I'm looking at. She knows
That's
how
it.
she's looking at,
That's
and
it,
then that way
dude.
we can just go ahead and drive.
I've always been horizontal because
you
either
have.
way, I'm like, I don't need to
course he
see
has.
more of the sky and more of the ground. I want to see what's around me. So I have
Well-
that shit smushed, and
well,
I
at
have
the
better
same time,
periffs.
it depends on the game. Like, so for Borderlands, I guess it would make a little more sense, or maybe like a Halo, it make a little more sense to go ahead and play horizontal.
I don't know, man. Every
Just-
time I
just
have played
because
a
of
couch
everything you
co-op
can
with
see.
Borderlands, my eyes get all fucked up. I'm like, I go
hardest-
cross-eyed 5 minutes in.
because
hardest thing is
because
that
it is difficult. It is difficult to go ahead and play with somebody else on the screen because you're watching their screen when you're supposed to be watching yours.
I know.
and
You're
you
like,
get fucking
"Fuck!"
twisted.
It's not that for me. For Borderlands, it was always annoying couch co-op wise navigating the menu
Oh,
and your stuff because you had
because
it
it never
you had to-
fit.
yeah, you had to like constantly scroll down and then move it over.
It
just to see
never
whatever.
fit the fucking screen.
So that always bugged me. But no,
All right, let's keep moving on. I got Gears of War, the Gears of War series.
Fuck yeah!
I knew Wes was gonna get super excited about that.
Well, dude, that's because we played almost.
So religiously, Wes and I would literally set weekends aside. We would tell they're our wives now, but they were girlfriends at the time. Hey, I'm going to Wes's, or Wes would be like, hey, I'm going over Aunt's, and we would literally clock out a whole 12-hour day and just sit and play couch co-op.
It made it real easy when my wife was still in college.
That's true. So. And when my wife was just going to not do anything or go to work. But anyway, we would literally, fucking like 8 o'clock in the morning to like 8 o'clock at night, or even later sometimes, we would fucking get food, beer, and maybe not beer, some kind of alcohol.
Dude, just fucking hanging out in your room.
Just fucking hang out, drink, eat, and play video games all day.
That's all it was.
Mind you, we were in our late 20s.
Yeah,
well, early 20s. No, there's nothing wrong with that. To be doing. Exactly.
Dude, it was just so.
Let's say keeps you off the street, stops you from gallivanting and whatnot.
And I will say, I really need to jump into Gears 5 because I played the Horde mode on Gears 5 and it's a lot of fun. I need to actually go ahead and play the full run of it.
I have not played since past the third one. Not for any specific reason. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that always comes out.
No, to be honest, I'm in the same boat. I didn't play 4 and I didn't play Judgment. Okay. So, but I at least played 5, at least to an extent with Horde. So what you got next, Ant?
Diablo 3. Fuck out of here. Well, fuck off.
Sounds like when my shredder gets jammed at work. It shreds and just goes.
It's the same sound Scanner makes.
Who invented that, by the way?
Same guy that did the pixel. But yeah, I have Diablo 3.
Diablo games are great. Now, is that the first one that was co-op or no?
I did not get that deep into it, so
I don't know,
do not
but I know
be
that was the first
one
I played.
Yeah, that was also the first one that I played as well.
It was.
And you have it for every system, I think. Do you
He
not?
does. Yes, he does.
No, well, I want to.
He's like, I want to get it for the Switch. I'm like, you have it 4 times over. Why do you need it?
So here's the funny thing about it. Like, so I looked at Anthony's list because he sent it to us, and I'm like, I told Jess, I'm like, every time I see Diablo,
he wants to go buy it.
I want to go buy it for a new system.
There you go.
It's like so I've wanted it for the Switch, but I haven't bought it for the Switch yet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I want to buy it for the Switch again. Like,
is GameStop even open now that I think about it?
I don't even care.
Every time, well, I'm just saying, every time I see them, it looks like the fucking thing's closed.
Every time they may be for curbside, possibly.
Oh, fuck out of here.
Possibly.
No, look,
I want to go in and peruse.
For the most part, at least for the Switch right now, I mean, just because you have to use a little cartridge, little SD card type thing.
Yeah.
At minimum, you're paying like $55.
Okay. Fair.
But yeah, dude, Diablo 3, fucking amazing game.
Yeah.
What I loved about that game,
we've actually talked about this a couple times on the podcast about Diablo 3.
That was my first Diablo game as well, and
you never played with us.
Because I played it like 5 years late. I just played it like 2 years ago.
We never played it. I mean, right when it came out.
You played it far before me. Before me. What did you guys have it on?
Everything.
360 to start with.
Okay, yeah, I played it for PS4.
Yeah.
I played it for PS4.
Only reason I know this is because my 360 is upstairs for my kid.
And it's still there?
And it's still on there. And I'm like, should I?
Well, so the 360 is when we got that fucking legendary weapon that makes you immortal, basically. I forget what the hell it was called.
Yeah, because we were demon hunters and we had that crossbow that was just automatic and none of the mana went down.
It was
insane. It was so good.
You could play on hardest difficulty and you wouldn't die.
I loved, like, the loot was endless. That's what I loved about that game. I was always finding stuff.
Yeah, and so on top of finding stuff all the time, you always found good shit too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the drop rates were like terrible. You always had it always seemed like you were always finding pretty cool gear.
It had something to where it was like, should I change it?
Yeah.
Should I not?
Yeah, you're always questioning it.
And I mean like that's what made Destiny always fun. Or Destiny, Jesus Christ, Diablo. I do apologize. I have had 3 drinks, so let's keep on moving.
Before we get into the rest of your list, he won't, because I think this. Well, actually,
Don't tell me what I won't do.
It was before I met you, so you definitely weren't there. Do you remember?
Fair.
Do you remember the Hunter games? Hunter: The Reckoning. You
No.
and I. It was you, me, John, Jake, Matt. Sometimes it was like a top-down. Kind of looked like Diablo. You had different people you could pick that had different powers, and you were just mowing down zombies and stuff like that. You don't.
It sounds familiar, but
He can continue with the list, and I'll bring it up. See if you remember.
So about what you were saying with the with looking like Diablo, one of the neat things that Diablo did, that a lot of these over the top type games were, as opposed to a game like Borderlands or Gears. They never split the screen. With like a Diablo 3. Everything was on the screen. So like I couldn't move too far to the left or to the right. Just like you couldn't do the same
Yep,
thing.
because we were playing off of the same screen.
Like
Which
MUA
I
was the
kind of-
same thing.
Yeah, I kind of actually enjoy that when it comes
I
to
thought that was a lot better.
Yeah, because you get to both enjoy the entire I guess the entirety of the game. And you don't have to worry about that stupid line going down the middle with the split screen.
And look, the worst part about it was going ahead and just not remembering what color circle you were. You mean to go ahead and next thing you know, you're shooting into the ether. You're not even fucking looking.
Yeah.
Because you think you're the other guy.
Andy's currently looking, but he's going to actually chime in on this. I know for a fact.
Just scroll through a couple of those, see if that.
The next game I got is Cuphead. Oh,
If
dog.
you don't know, you're about to know. Cuphead.
Okay, so just so you know, I never played this.
Yeah, no, this was
You definitely played that with us.
I don't remember playing this at
You
all.
definitely played this.
Okay, I don't remember it at all.
You were like 22.
What the fuck are
But you
these
played
two
it.
talking about?
Okay,
it
that's
was-
only 12 years
All right,
ago.
so right now the game we're actually supposed to be talking about is Cuphead, and
Which
these
is
two are
just you
just
two.
these
I've
two
never
are
played
just
Cuphead.
like slinging a phone back and forth with like nudies on it, and going, "I played this."
You got to make yourself familiar, by the way, with Cuphead.
I do.
It's a solid game, but I highly
I
recommend
want to play it.
you play it with somebody. Play with you. You could easily play it with Jess.
I
for
want
sure.
to. I want to buy it on the Switch and go ahead and throw it down where.
It's worth. Isn't that's where we played it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I played it on the Switch. It's amazing because it gives you that like old like retro feel, right? But on top of the old
Mickey.
No, it's
Willie,
Steamboat
you dumb
Willie.
Steamboat.
There's a reason why I said it's Steamboat Mickey.
Yeah, I know.
Steamboat Willie, you dick.
I know it's
But
Steamboat
anyway,
Willie, but it's Mickey.
On top of that retro feel, it also is, and we talked about this in one of our early podcasts from like the first season. It's one of those indie game podcasts, or one of those indie. I'm talking about podcasts. I'm excited about podcasts. Fuck it.
Everyone loves indie podcasts.
But it's one of those indie developers. So it's a don't worry about
Continue.
him. Let's just continue. It's an indie developer, so it's actually it's pretty cool when you're able to support like at least as me personally, when you're able to support indie developers and game creators. It just gives them it just affords them the opportunity to give you better content and better games down the road and years down the road.
Dude, I was one of those people for the longest time that didn't pay enough attention to indie companies because I was all about the bigger games that we love.
You know what though? I think that's all three of us. It's not just you. That is all three of us.
And
hands down.
now some of my favorite games are indie games.
Exactly.
They're so fucking creative. Like they almost have to be. It's almost like they have to work harder and be more creative because they don't have the budget that some of these other.
Most of your indie, and I've realized this because I'm in the same boat with you. Most of my favorite games are indie games. Most of your indie game developers are the ones in the game company or the overall gaming community that always think outside the box.
Yeah, they always have very
they have
different
to.
concepts.
They
Yeah.
have
to stand out.
Exactly.
And they have very limited resources.
Correct. And I don't want to say 9 times out of 10, but a lot of times when you see their games after they're produced and stuff like that, their content is it's stunning.
Are you just like shooting that or something? You got no Pepsi.
No, I'm gonna sip it.
Are you serious?
This
My
man-
man's body's about to be
this
so
man's-
sterile. It's unreal. He's killing everything.
You were like,
Well, I have 2 kids, and I already set up a doctor's appointment for vasectomy,
This
so I'm fine
motherfucker's
with being
like-
sterile.
no, what got me though? He's like, no, I'm gonna sip it. This man, Michael Jackson, did. I'm gonna sip it. I'm gonna sip it. All right, so we actually talked about this a little bit, but I have Super Smash Bros. and the original Smash Brothers game.
So fun. They cause wars in households, but so fun.
Yeah, but those were good wars.
Notice any game connected to Mario causes problems in households and
Well,
marriages.
you know, it's funny is the game that I have
That is
listed
true.
after Smash Bros. And you guys have the list too is Mario Kart. Any of the Mario Kart games are always what you can consider couch co-op, I guess. Even though you like you said earlier in the cast that you're playing against each other, but at the end of the day, you're kind of still playing on the same system.
It's still couch.
Here's what I consider couch co-op. Regardless of whether you're going against each other or working with each other,
Yeah.
is that you're on the same. You're on the same TV.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I can get behind that.
You're in the same house on the same TV.
I can get
so
behind
to
that.
me, that is considered a couch co-op.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Sorry, that was a belch. I didn't mean that. Excuse me.
That's gross. I'm not sure if Wes played this with us with one of the party nights. I think he may have or may not have. This game you and I actually played a couple times. It's a VR game through PlayStation.
I have.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
I think it was us three that collectively played it together on one of like our family nights that we do. But it's keep talking and nobody explodes. It's a PlayStation VR game.
I didn't
One
even
person-
notice that on the list.
You didn't notice that?
No.
Oh man! So I
Good
so,
find.
So well, it wasn't really. So I went through a couple lists. Where I found this one was actually the Ranker.
Game Ranker had
Game
it.
Ranker had it.
I saw that earlier.
I absolutely love Game Ranker. You should always check out their content. I think every once in a while we use some of their information too as well.
Yeah, every now and again I might pull up a Game Ranker thing to go ahead and say, like,
Yeah.
okay, so so this is considered that on Game Ranker.
Game Ranker's
so.
awesome. But when I saw this on Game Ranker, I was like, you know what? I have to put this on the list. I have played it. The premise behind the game is basically one person wears the VR. And the other person uses, or the party, because you can play as a full setting party, but one person is actually in VR mode. The other, we'll say party, is watching the actual TV itself. Now, between the two, there are notes that only the party can see, and they have to actually give them to you in a way that you can figure it out verbally, so you can hear it, to actually accomplish the objective on the screen. To defuse a bomb. So basically, you do not want this bomb to explode, and you work together. One person is in VR actually doing the actions, trying to defuse the bomb, as the party themselves tries to give you the direction on how to defuse it properly.
Yeah, so another thing with the game is that you also have, you have a lot of notes. You have like
Pages and pages of notes.
You have like documentation that you can go through to go ahead and say, okay, so the blue wire goes to here, the red wire goes to here, the yellow wire goes to here. The combination for those wires is X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
So it's stuff that like every person in the room can try to help and remember to fully collaborate to go ahead and give you the process to not blow up.
Yeah, it's so dope because everyone's literally seeing different stuff. Whoever is wearing the VR, as soon as you put that VR on, you're basically in a room that's got a table with a briefcase on it that's basically a bomb that has different things, and that's all you see.
Yep.
And everyone else, they don't get to see what you see. You don't get to see what they see. You're just seeing the bomb, so you got to tell them what you're looking at, and then they literally just on the screen have like a folder full of notes.
Yeah, it's absolutely
hang on a
like
Such a great concept.
We need to do
It
this
is.
again. We need to play this game again. Like it's
we absolutely will once Andy gets his basement fixed.
Yeah, hopefully this week.
But and this is just my personal opinion. If you want to have like a fun party game that doesn't destroy lives, so don't play Smash Bros or Mario Kart, even though they are super fun for family nights. I highly recommend, if you do have a VR and a PlayStation, that you actually check out Keep Taking and Nobody Explodes on the VR.
Talking.
Keep talking. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Jesus Christ.
It really.
It's so much fun. It's such a cool concept, and it's not geared toward like it is, like I said, it's a couch co-op, but it's not geared to like a 1 to 2 player thing. It's 1 to how many ever people you have at your party that can help you out and play the game. It's so cool.
People just need to take their turns, because if you're trying to defuse a bomb and you got 7 people yelling at you.
Well, I think we did that the one night. Everybody was like yelling. I think, was it you or Wes was in the VR, and we were all screaming at him. We were like, "Shut the fuck up! We're trying to figure this out." It's fun and stressful at the same time.
So one of the things that makes this game different than any of the VR games is that normally in a VR apparatus, we as people watching the game see exactly what the VR person sees.
Yeah.
This game is completely different because we don't see what the person in the headset sees.
Yeah.
They see, they go, okay, I have a red wire, blue wire, green wire, and the red wire and blue wire cross going up, going to number 1 and number 3. The blue wire is going to number 2. They can explain it all to where what we see, and we go, okay, fine. Then we scroll across in documentation to go, okay, this wire needs to go here, so you need to cut that wire.
It's really cool because it actually gives you the concept of teamwork, because you really, throughout the game, you have to communicate, and if you don't, that shit will blow up. But it's a great concept. I highly suggest you take a look
Teamwork
at
made
it.
the dream work, baby.
You are not wrong.
That's
homie.
one of those VR titles that shows the VR at its best, like what it can be for multiple people.
Yeah, and
the
it's
graphics aren't gonna. They're not terrible, but they're not going to blow. It's not going to be like the greatest graphical experience you've ever seen. But
That's what I was gonna say, yeah.
VR makes up for subpar graphics sometimes, because once you're in there, you're like, holy shit, this is crazy.
The concept of the game is just insane.
You're looking at a briefcase that's a bomb, and everybody else is looking at basically Cold War redacted documentation.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, it breaks it down simple to where that you don't need these huge graphics. You just need to be able to see what you have to see in order to be able to go ahead and read what's there.
And you will not you will not beat this game quickly. This game is tough.
No.
And if
It
you
is
want to
tough.
get an idea of how tough it is, there's actually a video on YouTube of actual bomb diffusers playing this game.
I didn't know that. Really,
Yeah, dude, it's
I
actually
didn't know
it's
they did that.
I'll
actually
have to
fun
check
to watch.
that out.
It's fun to watch.
So I think as the three of us, I think I might actually hold the record for the quickest.
I think you do.
Yeah.
I mean, of going ahead and diffusing the bomb.
I
Which
think
is
you
funny
do.
because as much
But
as
you know
VR
what
trips
that
out
means,
sometimes,
though?
you hold a lot of records on my VR because you also beat in one shot with no problems. You beat that like
Heist.
the one weird poker DLC in Resident Evil
Oh my god!
on the
yeah.
first try, no
Yep.
problems.
I think I hold the record for the heist.
Yeah,
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I held it first, but then you easily took
Well,
it
he
from
wasn't
me.
he the only
Easily.
one. Weren't you the only one to not? Didn't he like not even have to have the shootout in that study?
Correct.
Because he kept hidden and found like the
Yes.
diamond without the people breaking in.
I think so.
I
No,
think-
No. I had the shootout. No.
He's not the
right.
shootout.
I had the shootout, but I also never got hit.
But
And I actually pretty sure
he
I got
found the
everybody-
diamond when I did not.
I found the diamond and everybody I got with a headshot.
So I want to add one of these games, and this is something that Anthony and I played a lot. And this game actually first came out in 2008.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
what you got?
Army of Two.
Oh hell yeah! Totally forgot about that
All
title.
I remember are the blinged out guns. Like you could have a gold gun.
So,
and
You mean the blinged out guns and the badass masks?
masks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
So, but one of the coolest things about this game was that this game was one of the first ones to teach me fully about like aggro. You know what I mean? Going ahead and be like, all right,
Yeah.
so if I'm the one shooting the most of the people are going. I mean, everybody's gonna
Yep.
be looking at me while the
Yep.
other guy can go around. Flank around
Yep.
and start taking everybody out from behind.
Yeah.
So like because once again, this is the same thing as like other games for Anthony and I that we played together. I mean,
Yeah.
like, just like Gears, I'd go over to his house and then
Day
we'd spend hours upon hours
And
playing this
it
game.
wasn't literally one day. It was like a full weekend. It would be like Friday night. We'd play for a couple hours, but then we'd set it up with our girlfriends who are now wives, which is awesome. For Saturday and Sunday, that we would literally split our time at each other's house so we could. And actually, there were multiple times that our wives would come with us, so they had somebody to talk to and hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
While we played video games,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did their own thing, and we were just fucking like.
Oh, to be young,
I mean, technically,
But I
we're
mean,
still
like,
young.
yo,
Fuck off.
so
younger.
yeah, I mean, so Army
Yeah.
of Two is one of those games that was just so much fun because I mean,
Yeah.
you could upgrade the guns, you could bling the guns out, you could have all sorts of different type of masks to go ahead, just basically customize to whatever you wanted.
Yeah, it was highly customizable, which was pretty cool. Which I enjoyed. It was like a mix between like a, I don't know, it was third person, right? It was a third person shooter.
I believe it was the
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
not
yeah.
first
It was,
person.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was
third.
like a third person RPG shooter, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, once again, I mean, just like a lot of stuff we're talking about, it was split screen. You know what I mean, so we did have to focus on like what side we were. Cause I know I fucked up on that a few times, at least in my memory. All right, so before we jump into the news, I want to go ahead and do a quick little bit of housekeeping. If everybody could go ahead and actually go to the Apple Podcast or Podchaser, and please, I mean, throw us a 5-star, give us a comment, let us know what you think. It would be greatly appreciated. It helps us move up in the ranks of,
This man
all the
said
podcasts and everything
housekeeping.
else. Well,
Hey man, look, if we're good, let us know. If we suck, let us know so we can fix it. Let's put it that way.
That's pretty straightforward.
within the podcast community, that's actually what this is called. When you go ahead and you talk about trying to get the ranks and everything else, it's called housekeeping.
Oh, see, no, when I think of housekeeping, I think about cleaning my house.
Housekeeping, you need hot
towels?
No housekeeping.
So,
Go away.
other than that, let's go ahead and jump into news.
Wait, I'm dancing to no music. Oh, that's because he adds it in, right?
Yep, I do add it in. Won't. Won't.
Oh, thanks, Wes.
Won't.
Now I got something to dance to.
So the only real thing I have when it comes down to news is you have so we talked last week about Control and how Control is you have to pay the Ultimate Edition in order to go ahead and get the game for next gen.
Fuckers.
And I know at least personally I got very heated about this conversation.
Yeah, you
we
did.
weren't. We, I mean, we all.
You were
pretty
red in
much-
the face.
Which is why we really didn't.
Which
have
is
to say
pretty
much
tough
of
for me.
anything.
Oh my god.
Which is why we didn't really have to say much because we agreed with you.
Yeah.
But
So they put a little something out when it came down to everything that had to do with that whole post. They
or
said,
did they double down?
I mean, I'll let you go ahead and think for yourself on this. They said,
boys.
quote, to bring Control to the next gen consoles in any form, we have to make some difficult decisions and those came in the form of creating the simplified Control Ultimate Edition product plan we have today. That we took while responding does not mean that we will not be listening. We are sorry we couldn't meet everyone's expectations, and we hope you will continue to support Control.
I mean, they did say sorry.
So the fuck what?
Look,
I
I
was
always
for somebody to say it.
look, man. I always like an apology, but
We know you
fix
do.
it. Fix it.
Yeah, come up with a better.
I still think it's fucking stupid the fact that you got to go ahead and. I mean,
I'm not jumping down that rabbit hole again, but I agree.
Well, no,
It
neither
sucks.
am I.
It sucks.
I said what I said last podcast. If you want to know what I said, you can jump into the news of the last podcast to go ahead and really understand what I
Just come up with a better solution. That's that simple.
how mad I was. But yeah, dude, just come up with a better solution, man. It's easy.
Yeah, bro. Go back inside, talk amongst yourselves, come back with a better idea.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
So another thing that I have is this comes from Sony, and most of the I'll go ahead and say most of the stories that I have come from IGN. So I just want to go ahead and just cite that real quick. But they're talking about how the PS5 will not be delayed. So
Let's go.
now once again, they haven't actually said what the launch date was.
I don't care either way. I'm gonna have both.
I'm feeling like mid-November.
Yeah, so we did see an article. I think it came from like Games Radar or something. It was at least what I saw.
Yeah.
And it was something about a leak that had to do with. I mean, look, we already talked before about how the Series S for Xbox is going to be coming out round about the 6th, and then the Series X might be around the 13th.
Yeah.
And I think roughly around the 13th, if not maybe the 20th, we're talking about the PS5 actually going ahead and being released.
Just give me both.
Once again, which is at least what we all have been expecting anyway. They're not going to drop like a month apart. That doesn't make any fucking sense for these two big companies.
Now that we have a general idea on the date, you know what I want?
What?
A fucking price.
Yeah.
So,
Give me a price.
So
Wes just
with
gave you
that
the. He just gave you the.
Grames,
He's
with
just
that
shooting at
Games
you.
Radar, article, they have estimated that what they're seeing with the Series X is going to actually be around 500.
500, and I believe it's
Into which
it's not terrible.
That is dude. I'm game for that.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
if these are indeed accurate, Xbox is actually cutting a better deal because it looks if these are accurate, I believe the Xbox Series X and the PS5 would both be $500, but the PS5 digital edition that doesn't have the disc, like the all digital one, would be $400, whereas this more simplified version of the Series X or whatever it's called,
the Series S, Project Lockhart,
I believe is only good. If that's correct,
really,
would be $300.
Yeah.
So it'd be $100 cheaper than the digital edition.
But I will go ahead and
PlayStation.
preface that by saying that the Series S, which once again is Project Lockhart, was also roughly half of the GPU capacity. There were a lot of things about it to where that it made sense that they stopped. Selling the Xbox X. Xbox One X.
Close enough.
Yeah, well, and that's the whole thing, dude. That as opposed to the Series S are so close.
Yeah.
To where that for me personally owning the Xbox One X, it makes no fucking sense to go ahead and buy the Series S.
Right.
I'm just gonna buy the X because I want something that has double the capacity of what I currently have.
I want the
period.
power.
Right. I got you.
Look, we already talked before about obviously dealing with Xbox, with the Halo delay and everything else for 2021, which once again we also talked about not an issue for us because hopefully it gives us a better game, so we don't fucking care.
Correct.
So, man, that's basically what I have. The only thing I want to really talk about is that if people have not looked at it yet, I have heard a lot of really, really good things about this game called Black Myth. They've thrown a I think it was like a 13 or 17 minute gameplay trailer that was out on Twitter.
Is that what Clyburn tagged us in?
Yes.
Okay. That looks tremendous.
Dude, it looks like, once again, talking about before, this is an indie company. Indie company from China.
Love it.
And dude, they
Never heard of the game till he posted that.
This game looks fucking incredible.
So I don't think I was tagged.
And this
in
was
that post?
this was straight early release footage. This ain't anything cleaned up, and it looks great.
So do you
Just
wanna,
as is.
What do you guys want
We-
to tag me in that?
we
Or
can
just-
just-
no,
watch
I
it.
will.
We can probably
Okay.
pop it on after this if you want.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd like to see it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So I will say
I'm in
that
the
if
dark.
anybody has not seen it yet, please go check out Black Myth. IGN has like a 13 or 14 minute gameplay of it. And dude, it looks fucking incredible. Dude, you're running around with like a bow staff, just fucking swinging it around. You face against somebody who has like a fire bow staff, and when you beat him, you get his staff.
That's pretty cool.
And dude, it looks very seamless.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah.
We'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
Or I
so,
will. You guys have it.
And if that's the rough version, holy moly.
Boy,
yeah, that's another thing. I was
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy.
So, look, man, that's all I have in news.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a short run on that. So
Sweet.
I know this isn't going to be much.
But yeah, before we might as well just
Before I go ahead and give
let's
the whole,
address the elephant in the room. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, which is basically this normal segment that we have discussing everything that we've played. Anthony and I are pretty much out of this because he's been working on a project car.
I actually got a Miata that I'm working on, a project car. Hopefully turn it into a track car sooner or later. Andy, you got
he's got a Miata. I've got a basement.
He's got
Andy
a
has a basement that he's been working on that I've been helping him on.
Everyone's helped at some point.
We're trying to basically the premise behind that basement is just to get this man's amazing man cave and video game
Operation
situation.
Man Cave functional.
Yeah, it's pretty much become a badass Twitch station is what I think is what we're working towards, right?
We're close. We're
Yeah.
close. We're on
So
the
there you
back
go.
nine here.
And I know for myself, I spent the better part of the week going ahead and actually ripping down the ceiling in my man cave.
Yep.
Going ahead and actually dealing with a few issues from the homeowners previous to me.
Fuckers.
Yeah, it's funny when I
I'll say
look
it.
when I look at what I'm doing in my basement and what you're doing in your basement. It's funny because, like, we're basically in different stages of doing the same thing. You had tile in your basement, you got rid of,
Yes.
but your ceiling and everything and lights were already done, figured out. I just had to put my ceiling up, and now I'm working on the tile.
Yes.
So, but
Yeah,
so
so,
far it's come out
Yeah,
pretty damn good.
Video games for Andy and I have been pretty much non-existent,
Which is tough for me, yeah.
unfortunately.
I literally
it's been a rough transition to do adult things and not be able to enjoy some life.
So-
altering things.
About 2 hours of gaming in the
just
last week
because
and
of
a
the
half.
sole purpose
Yeah, it's
of
crazy.
I'm literally going to talk about 2 games and
Oh.
very short on the 2
We'll
games.
save the excitement.
Yeah, we're going to save the segment, and we're just going to go ahead and just drop the scratches and the beat for what are we playing.
Fair.
I
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
know if
I
these guys are
I
good.
actually really enjoy that when I throw that in. It sounds good. The fucking scratch. But yeah, so what I've been playing is I finally, after 2 weeks of a hiatus, I jumped back into Alien Isolation. And
It's sad that I didn't get to watch.
well,
'Cause we were
yeah,
watching
But
the
the Flyers
Flyers.
were on.
Look,
and they won.
Go
I-
Flyers.
yeah, fucking go Flyers, and fuck the Bruins. So I'm just saying that. Just,
And I know
I know why you're saying
just,
that.
just on a personal level for my boy Jacob there.
And I know fuck Bruins, and I know a certain Capitals fan that listens to
go.
this podcast too. And let me just tell you,
Sucks to suck.
sir, that I didn't want them to. Your team busted my bracket, bro. Your team busted it.
Take that, Alex.
Talk with your man's OV and get it fixed for next year.
Well, yo, so it's hilarious.
So are you saying you
Nothing-
lost out on the chance for $1 million from NHL.com?
Yeah, thanks to somebody's Capitals.
Oh, they suck
So
anyway.
it's actually hilarious because not the episode they just dropped, but the episode before that, Jacob tried to go ahead and throw us a shout out, and
But he tried, which means he didn't succeed.
he tried. Alex was like, no, fuck that, fuck the Flyers. So
Oh,
it was
you
like,
son of a bitch!
yeah, right. So it's like so it's one of those things to where now I have no issue. Alex, you're my boy. You know I love you, but guess what, man? Your team's out, mine's in. So
Yeah,
Own it.
Time to check out Ovi's golf swing.
So I played Alien Isolation. I jumped in for my normal hour and a half, and it was a lot of fun. You know what I mean, I got to go ahead and talk with Shelby and Jacob. You know what I mean, and Dan. You know what I mean, everybody jumped in. It was really nice. I got pretty far along. I was able to. I watched the one guy get killed by the alien. You know what I mean, the one that I was trying to grab the one medical thing for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy was sitting behind the screen. He goes, "Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and open up this thing for the elevator." And then once that happened, the fucking I jumped in a locker because I heard the beep from the.
Sucks to be that guy.
Wes jumped in a locker. Have you ever heard such a thing?
No.
No way.
Oh no! Wait! Every time he plays, it's actually brought to you by Wes in a locker. What are we playing now?
It is. It is, man. It is a fully paid functioning event. So.
It is. He has sponsors and all. If you actually look on the inside of the locker, there's stickers that are.
Dude, yo, it was
that
actually weird. Yo,
sponsor.
I think it was like 2 lockers I jumped in actually had the same woman in a bikini, and I'm like, somebody's
popular chick.
Somebody's cheating on somebody. Like that was my first thought.
Yeah, the chick is definitely just the one that. Anyway, go ahead, continue.
Somebody gets around in these space stations.
Yeah, so I ended up in an elevator, and I had to go ahead and find. Actually, I found a shock baton, which I wasn't expecting, and then from there, I moved back down to another level, and then I found a safe spot, and then I was done. So, but I mean, look, I actually made it pretty far into the game in that hour and a half, and I didn't even die once, and I was actually pretty proud of myself on that. Ooh, slow cap. Slow cap.
A slow cap. Hello, Andrew. Nice slow cap it is, yes.
I have been drinking.
So have I.
Let's see here. Whoa, what the fuck did I just do? Okay, that was weird. Sorry, my laptop screens went crazy. Other thing I've been messing around with. So after I got done with the Freaky Friday run, I decided to actually not Borderlands. I haven't played Borderlands in like 2 fucking weeks. Yeah, I know, man. I'm fucking twitching on it. But I decided to go ahead and throw down with Marvel's Avengers. So the open beta is actually happening. This is the last weekend that we're currently recording, which is a Saturday. This is the last weekend that the game is actually happening, but before the game actually gets released.
You're the only one actually throwing down on it. Like I don't even think any of us even like looked at it.
No, because the original open beta, for the PlayStation dropped 2 weeks ago when Andy first started working on his basement, so he didn't have a chance.
Yeah, and are you playing it on the PlayStation or the Xbox?
I'm playing on the Xbox currently.
Like I'm literally not touching a video game until this basement is done, and I'm doing it down there because it is going to be fucking legendary what I'm going to do when it's down there. It's done down there.
Okay,
I can't wait for the overlays, and I can't wait for the green screen and everything to go ahead and really fucking pop.
I'm excited about this, but you better not be lying to me, because if I get down there and I see it looks like shit, I'm going to kick you in the dick.
Well, the only thing I have control over is the ceiling, and that's already done. That looks pretty damn good.
That's because we did a good job.
If the Streamlab looks good, I'll be happy. If it starts looking like shit, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna jump all over.
He will also kick you in the dick.
Yes,
bro. I told my wife that the second that carpet goes in, I'm taking a day off from work and I'm just gonna lay in the middle of the floor for 7 hours because I'll be so happy that it's done.
Proud of you. Good man.
Yeah. So I fucked around with Marvel's Avengers roughly an hour. And I got done A-Day. Which is the first major thing you see.
Did you get any of that weird glitchy stuff that we talked about in the last podcast?
That was the funny thing about it. No, I didn't.
No. All right, well, that's good. That's all right. That's good.
No.
Everyone had faces.
Kamala Khan still had a face.
Oh, atta girl.
Sweet.
I'm glad she kept it on for you.
Right? But nah, man, it was actually a good bit of fun. I'm currently in the middle of running with Hulk and Kamala Khan. At an AIM facility that used to be a Avengers facility.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm currently running through that. I think it's actually right at where you meet Abomination, but I haven't found him yet.
All right, I gotcha.
So
who are you rolling with? Like, who's your character you're actually
currently
playing with?
I am Hulk.
Yeah.
Which is actually, dude, he's actually a lot of fun, dude. You have 3 special moves that you can do.
Don't spoil it for me.
No, I'm not telling you what the moves are. But yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. I'm actually really enjoying the game. I fully plan on throwing down tonight on it. Maybe I think might watch a movie, but we'll go ahead and find out.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, man. So that's basically all I have when it comes down to Marvel's Avengers. So far it looks fun. I haven't actually bought the game yet, but I'm definitely leaning more towards the fact of buying it than not.
Oh, that's good. Sweet.
Yeah, so that's what we have for today. Really hope you guys enjoyed it.
Go play a video game with somebody. That's what this episode's about, man.
You're right.
Invite somebody over, get a pizza or something.
Get a pizza, get some wings.
Get that couch co-op in, dog. Get it going.
Yeah, get some pizza, get some wings, get us some beers, and just have fun, man. Just go ahead, just throw it down on anything. Honestly, we don't care. It doesn't. If
you got asteroids, do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, fucking go. Yeah, I mean, if the screen's fucking split horizontal or vertical, whatever perks your fancy, fucking rock with it.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
is that a thing? Or did that just get made a thing now?
I think it just
like I've heard whatever strikes your fancy. I've heard that. Whatever floats your boat. I've heard that.
I feel like he got the quote from the guy that created the Pixel, who created the scanner as well.
Had to be.
So
had to be.
I mean, it had to be that. It's yeah.
Hey, Ant, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody where they can find us?
Well, I'm not gonna do it this time. Hold on, let me. Hello. How do you do these? You gotta read it from the paper. Is this the paper? This is the paper, right? All right.
You already did this one. You gotta do a different one.
No, I'm gonna do it again.
You gotta do a different one.
No, I don't want it.
And close your legs. There's too much thigh.
Well, that's because I got lots of thigh. So anyway, this is how you connect with CGC. You can check us out on Twitter. It's Console Crew. It's not too bad, we keep doing things up there. And then you can check us out on consolegamingcrew.com. That is our website. It's attached to our email, which is consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. We have a YouTube channel. We constantly put new stuff up, so we like to stream as much as possible. We have an Instagram, too. It's a Console Gaming Crew on the Instagram. We got Facebook, too. It's Console Gaming Crew on the Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna hand it back over to Anthony because I just don't know if I can do this right without laughing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
You can check us out on our Twitch, which is actually Wes's is Dragon _.
So what is that guy's name, by the way?
I have no idea. He just shows up and does this every once in a while. We're gonna put him on the payroll, even though we don't get paid.
I think we gotta get
I'm about to say,
we
we
gotta
don't
get a
even get
lock on the
fucking
door.
paid, man.
We gotta get a lock on the door or something. Just keeps breaking
Why
in.
do you keep taking this microphone away from you guys?
Get out. Walk out the door.
No, I'm not doing nothing. Don't you
God damn it, get out the door.
You're not my supervisor. Get out of here.
Yes, I actually am. I run this shit. Get out of here.
You know,
I'm not gonna listen to you.
you know what you got to do to get him out of here? You just got to get some Bavarian cream filled donuts in another room.
Ooh, kitty.
Upstairs. They're in the kitchen.
Oh, I'll be right back. Hold on, guys.
We really gotta get rid of that guy. Anyway, look, so back to what I said. You can check out Wes on Twitch, which is Dragon _CGC. You can check out my home slice. That's right, I said a home slice. You can check out Andy at Scooby CGC on Twitch. You might not see much from him, though, because he's redoing his basement. We had this conversation earlier. Don't worry about that. And then you can check me out, which I think I'm the last one that's going to be doing the Twitch streaming here, because I still gotta find a man.
Sound like a fucking pirate for a second.
All right. Anyway, enough from you guys. And that is mine is CGC _ Squishy Soprano. So again, this is the way that you can connect with everybody at CGC. As always, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And game on.
Game on, y'all.
Game on.